I honestly wish somebody told me that getting your braces tightened, it basically is gonna end up feeling like you just got them put on all over again, because this shit hurt. Oh my god. Okay, so hello, it's been a minute since I last checked in about my mouth. Yesterday, I'm just gonna do this just to release the pressure. Yesterday, I went to the orthodontist. It was my 12-week checkup. They removed the gross rubber bands that I had on my brackets and replaced them with clear ones, like fresh clear ones. As you can see, extra tooth that is no longer extra, it's just tooth, has moved quite swiftly into place. Well, closer to where it needs to be. So he got excited and added extra rubber bands to accelerate its already accelerated progress. And they're expecting that extra tooth to be in place by the next appointment, which is at the end of May. So, oh y'all, my inner lip is chafing. God, I don't believe that I properly explained the discomfort that I am not only currently in, but was in when I first got these put onto me. When I first got my braces, it was tight. I did explain it felt like my teeth were in a corset. Now, over the next week or so after, I had to become accustomed to the amount of space it was going to be taking up in my mouth, and I'd get accustomed to the fact that this roughness is going to be rubbing against the inside of my lips. I can't even tell you how much wax I went through during the first week, and I kept playing with it. It was annoying. Like, I didn't like it. I didn't like the feeling of it. I didn't like the feeling of it chafing me. And I went to my friend's birthday party mid-December, so it must have been like a week and a half or so after I got my braces on, or maybe even less than that. Either way, a friend of mine has braces, and she's had hers on for over a year now. So she was explaining to me, like, listen, it's better if you just let it be and just let it get chafed and just adjust to it, and let your lips just get used to that, because there's not much you can do about it. So I was like, okay, great. My mouth was swollen, not like, it wasn't that intense, but it was still swollen and annoying, and I was extremely uncomfortable. Had so much fucking Tylenol, and that's something that I'm trying to avoid. I don't want to just rely on Tylenol to ease the pain, but, and lots of fucking CBD, Jesus. I can, oh god, I can like feel it in the gown shifting. It's just it's a lot. And I think they're trying to rotate this on too. Yeah, they're trying to rotate this on, because this one was earlier. It just feels like I can feel my bones moving, and it's annoying to chew right now. It was annoying to chew then, so I eventually got used to the feeling of it chafing my lips. Like, it built up some resistance. It built a tolerance to it. So I'm not quite sure why it feels similar to that at the moment. It's just more in this area that it's agitated, and like more right here. They're also saying and hoping that this bottom extra tooth peaks up by the time I go to my next appointment. That way, hopefully, they won't have to worry about getting an extraction via an oral surgeon, because that's gonna be costly. I'm sure Medi-Cal ain't gonna cover that. So otherwise, would have to get it extracted like that, and have it pulled up to the gum, like so it's surfaced, so then that way they can add a bracket to it and align all the things accordingly. But it's going by really quickly for the most part. Like, this is really going for it. I don't know, but my mouth hurts and it's just annoying, and anything that I chew down on, anything, I have to eat very slowly on this side and chew like this. I look crazy. Makes me not want to go out in public and eat anything. And I eat quickly, naturally, so it's difficult. I have to really pace myself, because if I accidentally chew on this tooth, if I accidentally do it, I can't even explain how painful that shit is. Oh my god. Anyway, so I'm gonna just soak my mouth in CBD and pray at this moment. But here's a 12-week update. This is where we're at. This tooth is shifting like a motherfucker. Ah, God. Oh, hello, friends. Wow. Oh, my skin looks really good today. Oh my goodness. Hello. It's been not that long. I think it's only been like a couple weeks since, maybe a week or so, since I recorded last to update you on my braces situation. So when I'd gotten them tightened, my mouth was in so much fucking pain, and they had put like all these rubber bands on these, like this front row. They did it from like this tooth across. And when they had done that, I noticed after only maybe 2 days, this tooth was starting to push behind my front tooth, and then my front tooth was trying to push itself forward. I was not about that. I'm like, I don't know if this is their plan or what's going on. So I booked another appointment, considering my next appointment wasn't going to be until the end of May. Mind you, it is fucking March. So I'm thinking, okay, I need to go in ASAP to make sure this was the plan. Because if it's the plan, cool. I don't know what the fuck they're trying to do, but if it's not the plan, they need to do something about this. So I went, and I was right. It was not the plan. They said that this tooth, that was the extra tooth that I had, is actually still attached to the bone of my jaw. So what's happening is when they put those rubber bands on, it started to shift this tooth right here to be pushed behind. Basically, long story short, I have to go to an oral surgeon, which I already needed to go for this bottom tooth down there, because it's stuck in the gum. So when I go there, they're gonna check out this one and see if they can kind of like chisel the fucking bone off. Y'all, my mouth struggles do not end. I thought that I was done. Apparently I'm not. And I had gone to the dentist the day before I went back to the orthodontist so they could do my cleaning, and it was not fun. So there's that. They took all those rubber bands off. They're hoping that my the orthodontist, they're hoping that my extra tooth situation and the tooth that was behind, like the tooth that was behind, it's only been literally 2 days, and the tooth that was behind is actually, it's slowly going back and it looks a lot better now. But before, it was really fucking bad and it was extremely painful. Chewing was not an option, especially on the left side, and if I accidentally chewed too quickly and I bit down too hard, that tooth that was behind would connect with one of the bottom teeth, and it was the most excruciating fucking pain. I'd have to take a moment to breathe, and then I just feel so defeated that I wouldn't want to eat anything anymore. Yeah. So hopefully that gets fixed. I'll check in with you after my next appointment and let you know what the hell's going on. But it's been, when did I get these bitches on? November? October? These motherfuckers in October? November? Did I have for Halloween? No, my wisdom teeth were out for Halloween. I had them after. So November, December, January, February, March. It's only been 4 months. Yeah, and I'll see you in 2 more once I've hit the 6-month mark. Hopefully, all I have to do is just get those other teeth taken care of, and then we're good. Hey, what's up? Ooh, adjust, focus. Hello, it's been months. It's been a long time. It has been a minute. Hello, how are you? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're staying healthy. Wow, has the world changed in a matter of 2 to 3 months. wow. But I'm still gonna update y'all on my teeth by the time that this is, you know, by the time that these braces are off. Who will know where the world is at, like, yeah, where we are. So I'm quarantined. I am at home by myself. I'm engaged. I don't know if I mentioned that. I don't know if y'all were around. I don't think you were, but I'm engaged. Hello, that happened. And fiance was here. Well, that happened early March. It is now May. So, well, mid-March, sorry, is when it happened. And it's now end of May. It's almost June. And that's insane. So we've been in quarantine for a minute now. I'm loving it, low-key, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm very grateful, very blessed for my living situation. I'm very grateful and blessed for the ability to be on my own and enjoy it thoroughly. And yeah, and kind of live in a scenario that I subconsciously manifested. That's something that I've always wanted, and it worked out. So obviously that's not the case for everybody, so my heart goes out to anybody who has been horrifically or even physically affected in any way, shape, or form, because this is not an easy time. So I'm just trying to be that light for anyone who is feeling real dark and heavy at the moment, which is fair. So now let's go back to the teeth. I had an orthodontist appointment today. I had gone, I think I might have updated, I'm not sure, but I had an orthodontist appointment early March to tighten my braces. When they went to tighten it, and they tightened these guys, it had shifted this tooth on top of this front tooth, because this tooth is attached to the fucking bone. So that was my last official appointment. I had scheduled another appointment about a week or so after that one because I was in so much pain. So I went back. They readjusted it. I instantly felt a sense of like relief once they loosened it, and I could feel my teeth already like shifting back into place. So they then understood, okay, this is a deeper issue, you really need to go to an oral surgeon. But they wanted me to wait and make sure that this tooth shifted back into the place that it needs to be, and that this tooth was no longer on top of my front tooth, because we did not try to get no cross bites. And it's all good now, as you can tell. Like, this has been a very quick process. It's only been about, it's not even been 6 months yet. So my goal is to call an oral surgeon, make sure that my government dental insurance covers it, which I highly doubt it will. So gonna pray. Hope monthly payment plans are less than $200. Hopefully less than 100, because this is too much. I'd rather pay like $50 a month for like 5 years at this rate right now. No, knock on wood. I would love to pay it all off in one lump sum. I will pay it off in one lump sum. I will have the funds for this oral surgery. If there's a will, there's a way. I'm getting these teeth removed. Well, at least this one's pulled out now. You know what I'm saying. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna call them, I'm gonna book an appointment, gonna see if they can file that tooth down, not the tooth, sorry, the bone down off of the tooth. And worst case is they might have to extract it. And I honestly don't want to have like a gap there. If I'd known that, I would have just left the baby tooth, because the baby tooth was chilling. You know what I'm saying? So that's annoying, but hopefully they're not going to extract. They're just going to shave a little bit of bone off. They're just going to shave the bone off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get up in there and they're just going to file it down. So there's that, and then they have to dig into the root of my gum on the bottom tooth, pull that bitch out, and I don't know, adjust it so it stays up. Either way, my mouth's gonna be in pain again, I'm sure. I don't think it'll be as bad as my wisdom tooth though, so I don't think anything will ever be as bad as that. That was really fucking bad. Anyways, that was my checkup, my check-in. Yeah, stay safe, peeps. I don't know how relevant that'll be once this is all done in like 6 months, but good morning. It's been a minute, I think, since We've chatted about teeth. The Rona is running rampant. But we shall persevere. So now I fucked up because I waited. I went in, was it May? Yes. So I had my initial appointment right before my appointment to tighten or whatever was in March or February. It was right before the pandemic and quarantine happened. And then I went again in May, and they had just reopened their offices, and luckily my schedule didn't have to get rescheduled, or my appointment didn't have to get rescheduled or anything like that. So they just had new guidelines before you checked in, like typical. They're gonna check your temperature, you can't wait in the lobby, like they're only allowing certain people to wait in the lobby, and then if it exceeds that, you have to wait in the hallway and maintain your distance. Bada bing, bada boom, all that. I went in May because they had basically wanted me to come back to make sure that my teeth had repositioned themselves into where they needed to be instead of that awkward like buck tooth weird thing that was going on. That was fine, it worked out, and that's when they sent me a prescription to go to the oral surgeon. And I was just hesitant to go because I had very low faith in there being an oral surgeon that took my denti-cal insurance, because if you don't know what that is, that's basically government insurance. And it's like Medi-Cal. It's covered California, which is still a different insurance. It's a little complicated and annoying, but it has to do with like your income. And my income is not great. It wasn't great prior to this pandemic, so if you could imagine. Now, they essentially, what they ended up doing was referring me to an oral surgeon, because I asked them if they had somebody that they recommended, just based on the fact that my dentist isn't, or my orthodontist isn't covered by my insurance. I'm paying for my braces out of pocket, and I instinctively thought, you know what's gonna end up happening is I'm gonna have to pay for this oral surgery, and I can't even imagine how expensive this is gonna be. I already have a tooth that's like lodged in the gum. So they're gonna have to extract that and bring that up to the root. And they're talking about filing a bone off of a tooth, or possibly I was like, Lord, this is gonna be fucking expensive. So I was very reluctant to book an appointment. Finally came around to trying to do it in June, sometime in June. And I called a couple oral surgeons. I called one that was covered by my insurance, but then when I called their office, they said that they were no longer doing extractions, which just didn't make fucking sense to me. And then I called the oral surgeon that was referred to me by my orthodontist, and they're making it a little complicated as far as, you know, it having to be a referral through my insurance. And it was just too extra. I was getting frustrated as hell, and I was just really going through it with my personal life on top of it, so I just wanted to leave it alone, and I just left it alone for a little too long. Now we are at the end of July. Okay, today is July 31st. Yes, today's July 31st. And last week I finally set up appointments to go see oral surgeons. And I did research and found ones that were covered by my insurance, luckily. The only frustrating part was the fact that all of these appointments were so far in advance, or so few and far between, and these oral surgeons are only in their office once a month. And so I'm like, okay, well, mind you, boyfriend, fiance, whoever the fuck we want to call him, I love you so much, Charles. But he and I, we haven't seen each other since right before quarantine. And so we're trying to plan a way for me to get out there, because the US isn't allowing anybody from the UK, but the UK is allowing US citizens with like restrictions. So I was debating, like, okay, well, if I do go out there, I'm gonna be out there for at least a month, because if I have to quarantine for 2 weeks, then that's not really a trip, and those 2 weeks go by very quickly. So I'd rather be out there for 2 weeks quarantine, 2 weeks not quarantine, and then head my ass back home.
So I just want to make sure that all of my, you know, dental things are taken care of prior to going, because I don't want to be worried about none of that. So that means like get surgery done, that means heal from that means go handle my orthodontist after the fact and have them set up whatever bracket, braces, things they need to, and then, you know, go from there. So it's been a process, and I booked an appointment with this dental clinic in Highland Park. Bless them. I felt very bad because stupidly I did not check their reviews prior to booking the appointment. I checked the reviews after booking the appointment, and they were not great, and it was mainly talking about how they had to wait like 2-3 hours to be seen. And I was like, okay, well, this could have been like a one-off situation. Let's just give them the benefit of the doubt. They're fucking right, because I showed up, my appointment was at 10:30. I showed up at like 10:15 or so, got a meter right outside, signed in. I wasn't called over for my documents until about 10:45, almost 11. And then I was sat there until about 12:30 before I finally was like, listen, I can't do this. I had a tattoo appointment, so I was like, I need to go. And ooh, that hurt. Oh. Do I have a pimple? Anyway, I was like, I need to go, and I have to go deep into the valley, so I'm just gonna have to reschedule. So I rescheduled and left just extremely frustrated. I came home, I called, like, mind you, my tattoo appointment got pushed back too, so on top of that, I'm like, I probably could have just waited. But when I rescheduled anyways, they weren't gonna be able to see me until like August 13th, and my appointment was July 20th. No, it wasn't even that. My appointment was earlier than July 25th. My appointment was like July 23rd or something. So I'm like, August 13th is my next, and that's just for a consultation. That wasn't even just, that wasn't for a procedure or anything. That was strictly a consultation. I'm like, this shit's about to be pushed back. So I'm over here trying to catch a flight in August, and in reality, that's just not gonna happen at this point. So I called about 5 different places, set up like 5 different fucking appointments just in case. The last one that I called, he's in Beverly Hills-ish area, adjacent. I don't really know what the fuck it's called, but he's near-ish Beverly Hills, and he does take my ghetto insurance. I went for the consultation. They just needed x-rays. They needed new x-rays, or a copy of my old x-rays, only to find out that the x-rays that my orthodontist had were prior to my wisdom teeth extraction. So I'm like, that makes a huge fucking difference. So just this last Monday that passed, I went to UCLA and got my panoramic x-rays taken. I was only in there for maybe like 5 minutes. So just to sum this all up, I ended up getting an appointment with that oral surgeon to have a consultation with their office for the next day, when all of the other appointments that I had made were for like 2-3 weeks out. So that was a huge plus, a huge like sigh of relief for me. And what I'm praying on right now is just the fact that my x-rays have been sent over to the oral surgeon's office. They've been able to contact denti-cal, and they can hopefully get approval for these procedures so I don't have to pay out of pocket, considering the next time that oral surgeon's going to be in office is going to be on the fucking tomorrow. I don't know when this is gonna happen. It's just a waiting game, and I love me playing patience. Once again, my patience. We're gonna be fine. I just, you know, my hiccup is these 2 teeth. Other than that, the rest of my teeth are aligning quite quickly. So once we get over this hurdle, it's just like the end is in sight. That's it. I just need to... And it's not that I hate these braces. I don't hate them. I don't mind them. I'm chilling with them. I forget that I have them sometimes. But it would just be nice to not think about it. To not have to worry about it anymore. And it's gonna almost be a year already, which I can't believe. In November, it's gonna be a year. Wow. Y'all, it's July. This is what 2020 is just too much for me anyway. I'll keep y'all updated whenever anything happens. And then we'll go from there. Ask and you shall receive. That's all I need to say. Ask and you shall receive. Now, I was awoken at the ungodly hour of 7:30 a.m. and it was an unknown number that called me. This unknown number I didn't see had left a voicemail, and then I checked. About 5 minutes later, there was a voicemail available, blessed be. So it was one of the dentists at my oral surgeon's office. He had informed me that the oral surgeon had seen my x-rays last night. He said that he should be able to perform a quick 30-minute procedure to try to remove the bone from my tooth. And that because he's only here once a month, the next time that I could come in would be 11 a.m. So here we are. It is now 9:08. So that I can go to the orthodontist and get the remove that tooth. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. I'm gonna see what they can do about this one now, because that one is in the root and starts in the gums. So I'm gonna be like, can y'all pull that one out? Is that for a different day? You know, beggars can't be choosers, so I'll take what I could get. But here we are. Anyway, I'm thrilled, to say the least. I look so damn pale up in this bitch. Hold on, how do I don't know if I can adjust the zoom. That zoom. There, that's my color. Oh, and then I'm in the sun and I'm bright. I used to be a little bit darker. I'm pale as fuck right now. Anyway, we'll check back in once it's handled. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, we're back. The oral surgeon gave me a very, he was very sweet, and he gave me a very detailed explanation as to what was going on, at least what they think is going on. They thought it was ankylosis, which means that instead of there being a small fragment of a ligament in between the tooth and the bone, there's no ligament at all, it's just the bone. So he was checking for that. He basically just numbed me up and wiggled my tooth around to see if we can get any movement. And the good thing is that it was done. The only annoying part was that my orthodontist didn't send a referral for an EMD, which is an extraction something, or no, an exposure. Anyway, and that means to kind of cut open my gum, they'll have a chain with a bracket attached, and it'll pull that tooth up. And oh god, my nose is numb because I got all the way up in here, and now my nose is fucking numb. Oh, I can't even. That's so weird. So the good news is that he got it to move, but I need to make an appointment with my orthodontist so they can put a bracket on that tooth and get a referral for the oral surgeon so I can go back and they can expose this tooth, and hopefully it doesn't take well into the year. I mean, we're already in August, so. But it was really quick. I was only in there for maybe like 30 minutes, and then I dipped. So yes, I'll check back in when I go to the orthodontist and see what they have to say. And hopefully they give me some new rubber bands, because I'm getting a little grimy. Oh, okay, people are talking to me now. Yeah. Check back in.